Hello again, and welcome to CoasterFAQs React Andy's Birthday Spectacular. I'm Andy, the Gemini Man, and if you didn't watch part 1, go ahead and watch part 1 before you watch this video. In this video, however, we're going to be talking about another area that is opening up on my birthday, like from the last one where we talked about Lego Movie World opening up at Legoland, Florida, in Winter Park, Florida. This one, we're talking about a new Sesame Street area opening up at Seaworld Orlando, opening up on my birthday, March 27th. Now, for those of you who don't know, and I already know for a darn fact that most of our viewing audience knows what Sesame Street is, because if you don't, you must have been living under a rock. Now, out of almost every American that has watched, grew up watching Sesame Street. And Sesame Street, for those of you who don't know, Sesame Street is turning 50 years old this year. Yes, this year, 2019, Sesame Street is turning 50 years old. It has been around since 1969. And SeaWorld and the whole SeaWorld company owns the theme park rights to Sesame Street. So that means Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Busch Gardens, Tampa, all the SeaWorld parks. And I believe they own Sesame Place too, but I'm not positive. But before I start getting off topic about the area that's opening up there, like I said, SeaWorld Orlando is opening up a new Sesame Street area. As far as I know, they have not had one there yet. But I am excited to see what it is. What we're about to see is a news report from, I'm not positive who the news report is from, but I will leave that in the description for the credit. So, without further ado, let's check out the news report.
SeaWorld is about to make a big announcement.
You can see this only right here on Good Day Orlando. We're very excited. Let's head out live to SeaWorld and the news station's Andrea Jackson with all of her friends. Hello, Andrea.
Oh my God, Cookie Monster.
Good morning. How about this for waking up on Good Day Orlando with this crew behind me? My goodness, Abby Cadabby, Cookie Monster, Elmo, Burton, Ernie. The whole crew is here as we get ready to make a big announcement. We're standing near one of the stadiums here where Sesame Street will open in the near future. I'm going to bring in Amanda Trauger, who's going to tell us exactly when Sesame Street will open. Amanda, how are you?
Hi, great. A little chilly, but good.
Yes.
Really good.
This is the morning to be Elmo or Cookie Monster.
Yes, yes. They look a little warmer than we do.
So, Amanda, tell us, when will Sesame Street open here at SeaWorld Orlando?
So we are super excited to announce that March 27th is our opening date. And they're excited. They can't wait to move in. And we have all kinds of new and exciting things in this land. There is a new kids wet play area. It's called Rubber Ducky Waterworks featuring Ernie. We have the Count in his dry play area. It's Count Around Playground. We also have a big new parade we're super excited about. It's a first for us here at SeaWorld Orlando. We have the new street that you can walk down. We have all new interactives that kids can play and kind of really explore through the area. And there's just so much excitement happening for us. 6 newly themed rides. So all the characters kind of have their hand in the rides this time. And we are just so excited to bring this to everybody.
It's such an iconic children's television show, so adults and children alike will love it. It's hard to believe that Sesame Street is embarking on its 50th birthday this year.
They are, and we are excited to celebrate that. This is one of the biggest expansions we've ever had for SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment, and that's one of the exciting pieces about it, is that we're bringing it to them this year for their birthday.
So 123 Sesame Street, folks will be able to walk down the street and enter Mr. Hooper's store as well?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go into Mr. Hooper's store and explore. You get to see kind of what's behind that stockroom door. There's a beautiful meet and greet area where you can step backstage of a theater theater and get to hug the characters and really kind of have that beautiful moment with them. And we're excited to bring that to families, especially kid-friendly areas. There's little things for kids to do in the queue line, so waiting isn't as crazy as it usually is with little ones. I have little ones, so I kind of understand that.
Like
yeah, it's going to be a good time. And then just the areas that from the show that everyone knows and loves, the 1, 2, 3 Stoop, Abby's Garden, all those areas are going to be places that you can really stop and really explore in the land.
And we have to ask you about Big Bird. I know he'll play an important part in all of this.
Big Bird does have a home on Sesame Street in his nest, and he is going to have a story time moment with the families that come to Sesame Street.
And Oscar the Grouch as well?
You may see a little grouchy Oscar around. Maybe.
How can he be grouchy when he's got SeaWorld Orlando as his new home stop?
No, I know. Well, I think that it's just too much fun that everybody's going to have.
Very true. All right, you've heard it here first on Fox 35, Sesame Street opening here at SeaWorld Orlando on March 27th. A big thank you to our friends at SeaWorld for sharing the info with us and being allowed to bring it to you first. I can't get over Cookie Monster's googly eyes. I just love them to death.
Beautiful.
You're just the best, Cookie Monster.
Tell them if they need a Bob on Sesame Street, and we all know there's a Bob on Sesame Street, tell them you know a guy that could step in a moment's notice.
I know a Bob. I know a Bob that can join you guys at any given moment. All right, you're on, Bob Fryer.
I appreciate it.
I'll be happy to step in as Maria.
My wife actually loved Bob from Sesame Street.
Oh, yeah. SeaWorld is about to make...
Well, that looks really interesting. They're gonna have a kiddie a kid coaster for Super Grover. It looks like there's gonna be a rubber ducky themed splash area for Ernie. Elmo's gonna have his own choo-choo train. Cookie Monster's gonna have his own drop tower, well, for little kids, obviously. And it looks like you get to explore the whole area like Sesame Street, because you're gonna look exactly like it does on the show. Like, you get to see Big Bird in his nest, you get to see Oscar in his trash can, you get to interact with all the characters from the show. I, for one, now if I had small children, which I don't, I would probably take them to SeaWorld and take them to SeaWorld and probably take them to this, because in my opinion, even though I'm a little too old to go to that area, I would probably go. So, I mean, if you have kids, I would say this would probably be a good area to take them, like the area from Part 1 as well. But hey, I say both areas look really good. I mean, I would probably take a one-way trip to Florida to check out both areas out. So, but hey, that's just my opinion. I don't know how you all would feel about the new area, because some people don't have small children, but some people do. But I say it looks really nice for families to have small children. But that does it for me. And this concludes the part 2 and the final part of CoasterFAQs Reacts Andy the Gemini Man's birthday spectacular. So I will see you in the next video, and keep riding the coasters.